Hi, do you have... No, I'm just kidding. I just want to talk about the South Park game that came out. IGN gave it a 3, and it kind of was like, what the fuck when I saw that? Because I'm like, there's no way it can be a 3 out of 10 game. It ain't much better than that, though. I will not lie, but it is a very mid experience, and it's honestly disappointing because Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole were pretty solid games. Stick of Truth is actually one of my more favorite licensed games ever made, just because it really like came out of nowhere. They made a JRPG with the South Park license. Like, that's kind of weird. It's more like a Paper Mario-esque game than a JRPG, but it's still really cool that they did that. Same with Fractured But Whole. It's a fun little tactics game, really good if you like South Park. This game ultimately just... So with the other two, I can recommend them if you like South Park, or even if you don't like South Park, let me rephrase. But this game really lives and dies by, do you like South Park? Because that's all it is. It's a very bland, very bare bones, very generic hack and slash game. I can't even say loot game because there's really no loot. It's just a hack and slash game. You get some cool upgrades and perm upgrades, like very cool roguelite elements. And there's like cards you pick in each battle to give you different abilities and stats and stuff that do affect, I guess you would call the runs or levels or whatever the hell you want to call it. But at the end of the day, it's just super mid. Like, I like the game for what it was, but it's ultimately forgettable. Like, I had fun with it. It was $30, so if I paid a 40, 50, or $60 price tag for this, I'd be fucking livid, for lack of a better term. But what it really is just, it feels like a game THQ put out to kind of just keep the South Park license. Like, it's not deplorable. It's not the worst game I ever played. It's not trash. It's not anything like that. But it's just forgettable. Like, it doesn't do anything new. It doesn't do anything great. It doesn't do anything crazy. It's just a game that if you had a couple buddies and a six-pack of beer and wanted to kill a night on the random weekday or just something to do, like, it's fun. But beyond that, like, if you don't like South Park, there's nothing here for you. I'm sorry. Like the other two games you can easily recommend to someone, even if they don't like South Park per se, because they are funny or they are solid enough games to kind of stand on their own. Again, if they don't like the South Park humor, maybe they won't get through them, but at least they are fundamentally good games. This is just, it exists. I beat it. I'll probably never play it again. Like, it's cool. Even the end game, like, I'm gonna get into a little bit of spoiler here if you haven't played it. I don't think anyone really will if you haven't already. But it's Mr. Hanky, and honestly, I could care less about the character. So it's like the final boss felt a little like, oh, cool, he's back. I get that he left, and then I forgot they canceled him in an episode or some shit, and it was just like, oh yeah, that was a thing. And they do reference into this, and they reference the other game, so this is technically the third game in the series. But like, I don't know. I'd just like to see South Park try something. Like, again, I can't fault them. Every game is something new, so I'll give them credit there. Like, but I want to see something different. Like, this probably would have worked better as a Midnight Suns-esque card battle game because the card battle stuff is an interesting idea that just wasn't fully cooked. The 3D models are cool. It did remind me of the N64 South Park game a lot, so that's why I kind of, maybe I looked a little past some of the bullshit because I really have nostalgia for that game. But in the end of the day, like, I want them to maybe just do something that exits their comfort zone a little bit more, like not the new kid stuff, not RPGs, not anything like that. Like, throw some random bullshit at the wall and see what sticks. Do like a South Park adventure where you're Kenny, but it's like a Souls-like game where you have to beat the shit out of all the people in town, and then there's an in-game reason why Kenny keeps dying. Like, you can do something like that. Like, I honestly don't know. I'm not a game developer. I'm not really even following South Park as much anymore. I kind of watch the specials, but as far as the TV show goes, I kind of fell off it. But I don't know. This just didn't do it. Like, at least with the other two, like, I played them, I enjoyed them, and it brought me back. This is just, it exists. I'll never play it again. I can't see me and my buddies being like, oh, yo, let's hop on this tonight when, like, Helldivers 2 and anything else exists. Like, I just don't know what they're doing with this. But hopefully the next one's better. This is just, honestly, the definition of fucking disappointment at this point with this game, especially because my bar was really high when it initially got announced. Then I saw the gameplay, and I saw the price tag, and it just kept going lower and lower and lower. But I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you not like South Park? Has it not been good since like the mid 2000s? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Start a comment thread. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, and have a good one.